never stays a day. A bad luck's always coming my way.
Everyone wants to know why, and that's a question that we can't answer. We need to focus on the positive.
But what is the positive? A 16-year-old walked down the hall and into a Richardson High English class today, and his emotions, his agenda, far short of positive. As his classmates watched, he approached the teacher with a gun.
And told the teacher, as he was standing by her desk, that this is what I really needed. And then he placed the gun in his mouth and shot himself.
I was right across the room at my locker. I heard a shot, and a girl came screaming out of the room, "Oh my God."
People started running out of the room screaming and running everywhere, and teachers were everywhere, and then police officers showed up.
Dead by his own hand, 16-year-old Jeremy Wade Delle. Police say he used a .357 Magnum. No one knows where he got it. During our visit to the school, several students came up to me and stated that the boy has often complained of problems here at school and at home, but none of them could go so far as to say that they would ever believe that it could lead to what happened here this morning.
Kind of gives you a scary feeling, you know. I mean, what can be done? How do you find out about things like that? How do you help stop it? How do you keep things from that happening, you know?
How can you prevent it?
And the sad story ends the same way it began. More questions than answers. Larry Mullins, Texas News 5.
Today our adventures brings us to Richardson, Texas, just outside of Dallas, to the final resting place of Jeremy Wade Delle. He was the inspiration for the song Jeremy by Pearl Jam. Today we're going to visit him, we're going to pay our respects, and then we're going to head over to the high school, the Richardson High School, where he ultimately committed suicide. The statue and the trees that were just behind me, probably one of the most beautiful statues in a cemetery I have ever seen. It could just also be the backdrop of the dead trees, you know, the wintry trees behind it. But that's beautiful. Every time Jessica and I visit a cemetery, whether it's just to kind of get away and have a picnic or to visit a famous grave, we often take the time to just kind of go through in something we like to call a cemetery safari and just see the different stones and the different landscape and the designs. Never seen anything like this. It kind of reminds me of that song, children's song, was it Ring Around the Rosies, Pocket Full of Posies, Ashes to Ashes, we all fall down. I mean, look at her. Flowers. Absolutely beautiful. There he is, right there. The final resting place of Jeremy Wade Delle. Stone says February 10th, 1975 to January 8th, 1991. Just a very simple stone here. And a wreath because of the holidays. From everything I've read online, Jeremy Wade Delle was a 16-year-old sophomore at Richardson High School, a recent transfer. Those who knew him afterwards said that he often seemed sad. Well, one day, he arrived to class late and the teacher sent him down to the principal's office. He left class, but instead of going to the principal's office, he went to his locker, grabbed a gun, went back into the classroom, said he got what he went there for, and shot himself in front of the entire class. It's crazy. It's wild. One of the things that we try to do every time we visit a gravesite, whether it's a killer, a victim, or somebody famous, just like to stand here and pay our respects. Jeremy Wade Delle, Wild. If you listen to any kind of music, I'm sure you have heard Pearl Jam's song, Jeremy. January 8th, 1991, that song technically began right here at Richardson High School. On the morning of January 8th, 1991, 16-year-old Jeremy Wade Delle arrived to school late. The teacher sent him down to the principal's office. When he left the room, however, instead of going to the office, he went to his locker, grabbed a gun, went back to the classroom, and shot himself. Eddie Vedder of the band Pearl Jam read about Jeremy's death in the newspaper, and it inspired him to write the song Jeremy. And such a chilling and haunting song it is. There's absolutely no way of knowing which classroom inside this building is the classroom. But at the time, back in 1991, it was the English room. You know how some schools, mainly colleges, have ghost stories or different stories and legends that they tell from class to class and they get passed down? I wonder if they talk about Jeremy to this day here at the high school.
Wherever I come, bad luck is coming my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. A bad luck's always coming my way.